Welcome to World Car TV. I'm Scotty Reese in the United States, and today here in Southern California.
And I'm Siddharth Vinayak Patnankar, also in the United States, here in Southern California for a change.
And we are here for the Road to World Car 2022 test drives. We've been test driving cars for the last 4 days. We're almost done, but we have something really special to show you from this week's test drive.
Our jurors have had a ball because at this LA Test Fest, they've got their hands on a wide variety of vehicles. But like Scotty said, there is something that they couldn't really get anywhere else, right?
That's right. Several manufacturers have sent vehicles here that are not available in North America, but are available in many markets around the world, so that our jurors who come from around the world are able to drive cars that are not available in their home markets.
And that includes a prototype as well. Take a look.
At the World Car Awards, we pride ourselves on having the most influential, well-connected, experienced and skilled jury. However, the pandemic has meant a restriction on access to cars and drive events in general, more so for those that are not available in their own home markets, since international travel has also ebbed. So the 7th edition of our Los Angeles Test Drives, or LA Test Fest, took on a whole new meaning and importance this year. And we were very glad to have been able to conduct a safe and successful event. This year there was a lot of buzz around the number of sporty rides, and so many crossovers and SUVs. The growing relevance and importance of electrification was also apparent, of course, from the hybrids to the pure electrics. But 3 cars in particular received much attention from our attending jurors. The Cupra Formentor is the first standalone Cupra, meaning it is not derived from an existing Seat model. It surpasses the Leon and the Teca as the current flagship of the Spanish brand. It uses the MQB platform from the Volkswagen Group, sharing engines, gearboxes and drive systems with the Cupra Leon, but with more power and ground clearance, converting it into a proper small sport SUV. The wide range of engines and traction systems goes from a 1.8-liter turbo with 180 horsepower and front-wheel drive to the CV5 version with a 5-cylinder 2.5-liter turbo with 400 horsepower and all-wheel drive, and that's the same configuration as on the Audi RS Q3. Our test car in LA was a high-range sport version with a 2.0-liter 310 horsepower and all-wheel drive. For some markets, the Cupra Formentor will also have a diesel and plug-in hybrid variants.
I've been lucky to get the opportunity at the World Car of the Year Awards jury round here in LA to drive this, because we don't get Seat nor Cupra in our region in India, but I wish we did, because this is hell of a lot of fun to drive.
The second car that had jurors lining up was also from the Volkswagen Group. This is the Taygon from Volkswagen India. The small compact SUV was here in 2 variants. The 3-cylinder 1-liter TSI with a 6-speed manual gearbox and the 4-cylinder 1.5-liter TSI with a 7-speed dual-clutch auto transmission. Both cars have auto and manual options back home. The novelty for the jurors was not just to drive a stick shift, a rare commodity in the US for sure, but also a right-hand drive car in a left-hand drive conditions.
I really like this car because actually it is a car that is very true to the heritage of the brand. It is simple, it is reasonably priced, it is very spacious and efficient. It's real Volkswagen.
A ver si adivinan el auto que está aquí a mi espaldas. No es el Taos, se llama Taygun y ha venido directamente desde India. Una de las ventajas de ser juez del World Car Awards es que podemos manejar autos que no se venden en Estados Unidos. Una SUV compacta del grupo Volkswagen con volante a la derecha y cambio a su mano izquierda.
The Taygon will also be exported to many markets from India, not the least of which will be a relatively high-volume play in Mexico. The prototype Scotty mentioned was the all-electric Ioniq 5 from Hyundai. The car was not yet launched in the US, and so the Korean company made a special effort to get us a prototype, so the jurors could drive it. The Ioniq 5 is based on the Hyundai Motor Group first dedicated EV platform called eGMP.
Now, it was a bit of a treat for our World Car jurors to get a chance to experience the Ioniq 5 here in the US because the market launch hasn't yet happened, and yet Hyundai was kind enough to bring the pre-production prototype to this drive event. So a lot of us have been spending a lot of quality time with the car. For me, the additional advantage was to be able to drive it on twisty mountain roads, and its performance was nice and surprising in a positive way.
The Ioniq 5 is getting a lot of praise for its retro modern design, good performance, and its roomy and feature-packed cabin. It has entry variants using a 58 kWh battery with rear-wheel drive, 168 horsepower, and 384 km drive range. The dual-motor all-wheel drive variants use a 72.6 kWh battery and can have powerful variants with up to 305 horsepower output, and the range can go from 360 to 480 kilometers. So jurors had a wide variety of vehicles to test from amongst all eligible candidates for the 2022 World Car Awards. But cars like the ones you just saw in some detail make the effort to travel to Pasadena a little extra special.
So that was a lot of fun and a lot of cool metal.
It was. Did you get to drive everything?
Almost, yeah, I think I did. And it wasn't as easy as you might think, just sort of packing it all in, but some really special cars. And did you have a favorite?
I did not have a favorite because I had a lot of favorites.
Yeah.
But I really loved the car that was brought over from India, the Volkswagen Taigun, which is our test model was a right-hand drive manual transmission, which is a real treat to drive in the United States because we never see those.
That's right. It was challenging for some of our jurors too. But speaking of which, we're not done because yes, there was a whole lot of them that came here, but there's still a whole lot of cars left to test for all our jurors.
That's right. So our first round of voting is at the end of January, and that will determine the top 10 finalists in World Car of the Year and then the top 5 finalists in each of our categories.
Yeah.
We'll have a second round of voting in March, and we'll announce the winners in April at the New York Auto Show.
Can't wait for that. It's always very exciting as we get into that last lap. But there's still plenty more here on World Car TV. As you can tell, we are so not done.
No, it's nice to be here with you in person, Sid. It's nice to be here with you guys on YouTube. Please be sure to subscribe to our channel, follow all our news on social media, especially Instagram, and join us next time on World Car TV.
Take care, guys.